Police personnel from ex-governors, former ministers. We have details of this and more just after the break.
I need the police that can respond to emergencies first.
I want the equipment I need to do my job.
I want a police that won't harass or arrest me for no just reason.
I want to be valued for my work, not feared by honest people.
I want a police that won't ask me anything for the boys.
I want a decent salary that is paid on time.
If it happen with good laws,
Proper funding.
Training.
And cooperation.
if it happen,
If it happens.
If it happens.
Good to have you back, and we now bring you the rest of our stories. The Akwa Ibom State Deputy Governor, Senator Akone has charged graduates of St. John Paul II College, Uyo, on the need to lead by example, as their conduct will rub off on succeeding generations of students. Senator Eyayi gave the charge Saturday as a keynote speaker during the occasion of the maiden graduation ceremony of the college class of 2023. A Government House reporter, Utobi Malkon, reports that Senator Eyayi was received by the proprietress and wife of the Senate President, Mrs. Unoma Akpabio.
Senator Eyayi noted that the theme of the graduation ceremony, celebrating excellence beyond boundaries, was instructive, emphasizing the need for the graduates to give good account of themselves in both learning and character.
Celebrating excellence beyond the boundaries, which is the theme of this maiden graduation ceremony, is very, very instructive. It confirms your alma mater is committed to excellence. As you are going into the university, you can graduate with a first class and become the next big name in your family and in Nigeria, and you will be celebrated.
Dr. Eyayi saluted the proprietress of the college, Mrs. Ekaitu Unoma Akpabio, for the vision of the school and her relentless investment in the Akwa Ibom child.
And for the period that she served the States as a First Lady, I worked with her, I was there, and I saw how she mentored the younger generation, how she mentored the adult level, how she mentored the women that today were able to stand. And the same spirit is what she has transferred to you. So you have the privilege to perform and act excellently anywhere you find yourself.
Earlier, Dr. Magnus Naamaka, the divisional head of Keystone Bank, and the state chief magistrate, Mrs. Ekaite Afubi, took the graduates on ways to navigate the path of life to success.
You must begin to learn how to relate with people. You have to have good interpersonal skills. You have to know how to adapt to situations and be emotionally stable.
The impact of friends on your journey of life is enormous. Show me your friend, and I will tell you who you are. Your friends are a reflection of who you are. Friendship between a law-abiding person and a recidivist will not work.
The event featured music, dance, and drama presentations by the students. Utobi Malkon, Akbc News.
Communication in contemporary times go beyond pushing the send button to a message to the use of iconic tools, pictures, or videos known as emojis. Founded as Emojipedia in 2014 by Jeremy Berg, the United Nations, in celebration of this uncommon wisdom and creativity, declared every July 17 World Emoji Day. Iyarano Paul in this report takes a look at functions of emoji in communication.
In the past, messages were sent to loved ones, associates, and friends with voluminous write-ups, or as telegram, especially if it is love letter, where the sender strives to impress the partner. Such letters carried salutations such as ditto from the School of Love, Department of Kissing, Faculty of Flowers, and with heart of gold or bleeding heart. But in the 21st century, there has been a lot of innovation and transformation after the advent of computer, which has almost replaced letters. Now, one can send a love note through computer or a phone using just a symbol, with not even one word, expecting the receiver to decode the message. Amazing, isn't it? This is possible only with emoji, which in Japanese language means picture word, first created in 1990 by Shigetaka Karika while working in the Japanese telecom company. The release of the first iPhone by Apple in 2007 had an emoji keyboard, and since then, the emojis are developed and updated. This may have prompted the United Nations to set aside July 17 as World Emoji Day, an unusual official holiday intended to celebrate emojis. The designers have created a variety to make sure the excitement, and each represents a word and shapes like the heart, tools, figures, and human. It therefore means if you are still writing long messages in phone, you are analog. Funny, right? So, what do our people know about emojis?
We have signs of maybe breakfast like tea. We have signs like I'm on my way, you put a keke, you put a plane, but you use them based on the chatting. Sometimes if you get even the worst of sometimes if you get a sign of love, we get emoji. Okay. Why? Something that goes on air like that when we do call or any other things like that. Negative from the emoji. Yes. Audio Minister of Transport. Use anything. I mean, it communicates a kind of hidden discussion. Emoji is good, but not good for formal purposes. Emoji.
I use them like so often, like every day, like daily. I think emoji is something I use to express myself, like most often. Like I could say thank you so much, and I put a smiling emoji.
But the same as you have explained, I will start using it.
Emoji. There is a lot of emoji. It's smiling emoji, like emoji that
signify when you are angry. I don't use love emoji. I don't do love.
It is better to flow with time. Learn to use emojis to communicate. Celebrate the brains behind the emojis. And remember that the best way to mark the day is to send at least 3 emojis to someone. That is from yours truly to you. Happy Emoji Day. Eyageno Paul. Akbc News.
Girls within the ages of 9 to 14 in Akwa State are to benefit from the presentation of human papilloma virus vaccination HPV for the prevention of cancer. This piece of information was revealed at a meeting at the palace of the Okwibumi Bibio, Ntenyan Solomon Daniel Etuk, when members of the Southern Religious and Traditional Rulers Leaders Engagement, SOTO, in collaboration with Akwa State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, engaged critical stakeholders to brainstorm on the smooth implementation of the project. Her reporter, Margaret Bassi, says the event, attended by a cross-section of traditional rulers, members of the Christian Association of Nigeria, as well as the Akwa State Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, were mandated to create advocacy in their respective domains on the importance of the vaccine.
The human papillomavirus vaccination is expected to commence in all the 31 local government areas of the state on the 25th of September this year. Ntenyan, who is the chairman, Southern Religious and Traditional Leaders Engagement, SOTO, Akwa Ibom State, also Commander, Federal Republic of Nigeria, pledged to synergize with other members of the group to promote its vision and create a lasting impact in Akwa Ibom State, especially at the grassroots. As the highest award holder in the state and patriarch of the Bibios, Ntenyan noted that the health sector is a critical aspect of the society that requires experience and expertise in service delivery, promising to draw strategic plans for the body that will be result-oriented. Ntenyan said he will use his influence as an opinion leader to positively affect the task and increase community awareness, urging other stakeholders to follow suit in order to enable a cancer-free society.
Very serious program that borders on health services. Very render enough community women. I don't protect you against mention you don't say to me never be promote. To make sure that your money community women. They can say and I'm doing they won't be there.
The Director of Health Promotion, Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Health, and Akwa Ibom State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Mrs. Margaret Etam, said SOTO is a global health intervention program whose South-South body was inaugurated in Edo State last month to kickstart the immunization of teenage girls between the ages of 9 and 14 that will prevent cancer. Mrs. Etam noted that the sustainability and reliance of the vision will be possible through collaboration with traditional institutions and religious organizations to influence the health-seeking behavior of their subjects. She solicited the recruitment of more manpower into the state health sector to understudy the experienced ones. Others who spoke with the state lead person of SOTO, Mrs. Precious Okam, the state chairman, Christian Association of Nigeria, Bishop Chris Nyong, and the secretary of Akwa Ibom State Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs, who all promised to employ their expertise to bring the vision to fruition.
Creating awareness and every other thing. I am so beyond draw the strategic plans.
We will try our best to make sure that the health of Akwa Ibom and Akwa Ibomites is paramount.
Goodwill messages were presented by some traditional rulers who lauded the group for the initiative and solicited for the interest of men who are also prone to prostate cancer. Margaret Bassi, Akbc News.
The federal government has withdrawn the mobile police force personnel attached to several very important persons, including ex-governors, former ministers, and lawmakers. The order is contained in a release from Mopol 45 Force Headquarters, Abuja. The developments came a few weeks after the Inspector General of Police, IG Olukayode Obeitukun, vowed to withdraw police mobile force personnel from VIP escort and guard duties. The Inspector General also announced plans to establish the Special Intervention Squad, which according to him would have 40,000 highly trained police officers, including selected officers from the police mobile force. The IG said the idea was to allow the police to take back its place in the internal security architecture of the country. While the protection of dignitaries remains paramount, the Obeitukun said it is imperative that the force realign its priorities to address the escalating security challenges faced by the nation as a whole. Some of those affected by the federal government's order include Bahura Buhari, brother to former President Muhammadu Buhari, as well as former First Lady Aisha Buhari's siblings, and former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Bas Mustafa. And that's the size of our package this afternoon. But before we go, a quick look at the major stories. To identify with the Akwa Ibom Christian community and families that lost their loved ones in the recent auto crash, Governor Moino yesterday worshipped at the Salvation Army Divisional Headquarters, Akayubium, in Serubium local government area, and encouraged them not to despair at the unfortunate incident. We also brought you a report that the federal government has withdrawn the mobile police force personnel attached to several very important persons, including ex-governors, former ministers, and lawmakers. The order is contained in a release from Mopol 45 Force Headquarters, Abuja. That's all we have for you this afternoon. We appreciate your company. Do have a blessed Monday.
Hello everyone. It's great to have you join us on this journey through the life-saving projects of CBN Africa. Get ready for an amazing ride as we explore the unbelievable stories of restored hope and health brought to reality by the donations of our partners. But before we get into those, let's take a slight detour into a matter that affects us all, the purity of the water we drink. A lot of people in rural communities are plagued with a lack of drinking water, something that's not so common in the urban areas. Now the question is, with all the water we have in the urban centers, how much of it is really pure? Well, this first piece aims to provide the answer. Watch this.
Revitalizing, renewing, refreshing are some of the phrases that are used to describe this priceless gift of God, water. It has many uses and applications. No one can do without this resource.
If I'm thirsty, I have to take water. Instead of taking cold drinks and the rest of them, which are not healthy for the body, I go for water, which is very important. It helps to cleanse your system.
You use water to bathe, to brush your teeth.
Of all the established uses of water, its application in quenching thirst seems to be the most universal and needful.
When you don't drink enough water, your cells can't function properly. So you need to drink lots of water and also eat foods that contain water to help your body function properly.
While the use of water is universal, quite a large number of people do not have access to clean, portable water, especially in the rural areas.
Even this one we are fishing like this, it's not good to drink, but we'll fish here and wash and cook.
With the ever-rising influx of packaged water into the market,
sometimes I drink sachet water.
Actually, I take the sachet water.
I drink tap water, but I purify it myself through boiling.
Water could be contaminated by microorganisms and also by the cysts of some parasitic organisms. So when you drink water that is infected, you are prone to these diseases. The very common ones are like cholera, and then what we call salmonellosis, which is commonly known as typhoid fever, and also gastroenteritis, which just means an infection of the digestive system. Okay, and if not properly treated, it can actually